Briercrest academics has shaped my worldview by basically being kind of the bedrock of how I see the world. Kind of the unique and strange thing about being here is that when you're immersed in it, it suddenly changes you and changes the way you see the world.
I went to a different university before coming here, and the classroom was the classroom, and that was it. You were there to kind of get the head knowledge, get the facts, but here you go into the classroom, you're learning, you're deeply studying, and you're being equipped to go out and then apply those things. Studying alongside Christian peers has kind of opened me up to a whole side of the Christian faith that I wouldn't necessarily have found if I stayed at home or if I stayed where I had been. It also means that when school gets tough, when those high intensity moments come, the people who are surrounding me are people who can point my direction back to Christ, who can point my direction back to those foundational things like, who am I in relationship to God? Who is God in relationship to my anxiety or my stress or my grades or my performance? And that has, I think, really healed my relationship with higher education and healed my love of learning, because the people around me are people who are calling me to embrace my education as the gift that it is and are calling me to live to a higher degree of excellence than maybe I would hold myself to.
The best part of studying with Christian professors is definitely the mentorship. Getting feedback on, you write a paper on how you're reading scripture or how you're praying, and getting that sort of feedback from people that are further along in their faith. They provide ways, they point you in the direction where you need to go, and it's really helpful developing as a Christian and learning what it looks like to follow Jesus. Seeing people that know how to do that well is super inspiring and also just really helpful for me as I develop as a Christian.
Part of what has made my education at Briercrest so unique is where we're situated. Caronport as a town allows for our education to be really communal. Our student life is kind of built around what's happening in the academic building. It's built around classes, it's built around student government and sports, and so as a result, it's very holistic. Our education is not only focused on the classroom, but it's focused on how do you take that out of the classroom. Being in a place where you're living in close community has really given me kind of this touch point to step out of my room and step out of my comfort zone, so that when everything is piling up, there's always someone going to Dawn's, or there's someone talking in the hallway. Having access to a community that is intergenerational, it's not just college students, being able to approach my professors and ask questions not just about my classes, but about things that are going on in my life has also been really valuable.
Doing it on your own is just not the way we were meant to live. Being able to have people to do it with and being inspired by them, it makes me a better person. I feel it makes me who I'm really meant to be.
I think if I had stayed at the university I was originally at, I would have learned a lot, I would have made really good friends, but I wouldn't have had access to the same kind of support or advice or foundational teachings that I've had here.
Coming here, I was centered on work, but now being able to see this eternal perspective of how we live life and being able to learn to see the world in that view helps me to think later on when I look to be somewhere, it's because that's where the Lord wants me to be and how He wants me to love and to plug into the community He puts me in.